How about, my dearest YouTube friends, today we are in a new video on how to kill LOTAN, the boss of Act 9.2, and you will see that it is super simple and the only thing we have to do is certain cases. In this case, it has 5 phases. LOTAN's infus this, and in this case you are already seeing that in the first phase what we have to do is corner directly into the corner of LOTAN, that you're already seeing that under the life of Jim First. But there is a gray and green snake, and under our character we have that green basically. That means we're acting so we can take those burdens of Jean Foster so she goes into wounded mode. Therefore, in the first phase, what we have to do when we have the green icon under our character is to give medium blows and super attack 1 to lower those loads in this way, since we can make the Tan enter his wounded phase. Okay? And you're already seeing how we're going to enter his wounded phase. Right now, you're already seeing how we are defeating her and the damage we are doing to her in this case, as we have not reached 100% of LOTAN's life. Because what we have to do is throw super attacks again and medium blows so that he enters wounded mode again. The truth is that it is very simple. The only thing is, like this, get used to LOTAN's super attacks 1, which are always the ones he must be using, which is the easiest to avoid. In this case, we finish with phase 1 and we are going to phase number 2. In this case, when the animation passes, it will tell us that we have to go to our corner to be able to do damage again, because since you are playing somewhere else, you will begin to degenerate. I can already see that we have that green icon under Hulk Adeldes as we head to our corner. What do we have to do? Well, basically, we have to start making combos, ending them in a weak blow. Okay, so that in this case, we remove the burdens as you are seeing it in his life, and we also have to be throwing away the relic. In this case, don't do like me. I go through life without a relic with Hulk Adel. I noticed when he's recording the gameplay, be very careful because it is very important that you carry the relic, because otherwise the fight is going to be slower. Because basically we have to start giving weak blows and end the combos in weak blows to remove those burdens from Tom, Jane, Oster. And I also tell you, go learn that LOTAN Super Attack 1 because you are going to need it for phase number 5. Okay? You have already seen that we have entered the injured phase, and that the truth is that Hulkad does a lot of damage. Well, since in this case we have not been able to kill him again, we have to start the cycle again and go towards our corner so that the destruction charge is activated, and thus end the combos in a weak blow so that we can remove him. It also works by removing and giving him the relic, but in this case, since I don't have it, I haven't been able to use it. It's been a pretty big miss, so well, we're almost there. You always have to be in the eye of the storm, the edge along with the corner. In order to achieve that load of destruction, you are already seeing it, because otherwise they are not acting as they are in this case, and we already have the icon of degeneration under the life of our board of, since we have it green, we can apply the weak blows. Okay, in this case he killed me, but hey, nothing happens because we go back to the corner, we donate that load of destruction, and we win weak blows again. In this case with Hulk, I do have the relic, so you are going to see how many points. It drops LOTAN, okay, because it is true that the relic drops him much more points than the weak hits. As such, we simply go to the corner, roll weak hits, and basically roll relic to remove those cards and put him in the wounded phase. As you are already seeing right now, he literally has 2 small charges left. In this case, we have entered the injured phase and we take advantage and do that terrible damage together. We are now entering phase number 3, friends. In this case, what needs to be done? He's gonna tell us right now, and what we have to do is a fight in no man's land. We have to stay between our corner and the eye of the storm, that edge of the eye of the storm. So what? What do we especially need to do right now? Well, basically our John James Foster's LOTAN is going to become immune to stunning. Therefore, we are going to have to be making stops on his hits to lower those green charges under his life, so that he enters wounded mode, but we can also remove it by throwing super attack 2 directly. That way we could be lowering the A loads of LOTAN and making her easier to kill. Okay? You are already seeing how in this case the issue of stunning can bother us a little, because it can Well, in this case, Dar can cage us on the left. That's the only thing you have to be pretty careful about, okay? If not for the rest, the truth is that it is very, very simple. So you are already seeing it. We are just hitting it. We have to throw super attack 2. Is it also worth removing even more loads? The stops are important because they also remove these loads. You are already seeing it, and he only has 2 more loads left, and that's it. We enter the injured phase and to burst and do as much damage as possible. And you just saw that we couldn't kill her again. Well, we have to continue with the gameplay again, right? Between our corner and the eye of the storm, so that we basically make stops and throw super attack 2 so that we can remove the green charges from ours. Our Lotan is fine, and in this case always force him to, it has super attack 1 because you have already seen super attack 2, which is a little more complicated to avoid, and it would be there if it doesn't actually have that much once you manage to keep it from going crazy with the stops and so on, and try to stretch it to the other side. He becomes a fairly easy character to assassinate. You're already seeing it. It literally has a 12 by 101 super attack left, and it leaves us in the next phase, which is number 4. Okay, and in this phase number 4 for me is one of the most complicated, and I'm going to explain why. We simply have to stay in the eye of the storm as if it were Fortnite. Okay, we have to be directly in that little icon, because if we don't get out of there, we can start to generate life, because we lose our load of destruction under the life of our character. And what we have to do here is use evasion with skill. Okay, whether in super attacks, in any blow Lotan has. And we also have to use the hard blow. The hard hit takes away so much more of loads, therefore it becomes easier to remove it, and if not, then we have to carry out the evasions. In this case, you have seen how I have failed trying to throw a strong blow since it hit us, but just by evading the super attack that NATO has thrown at us, I have managed to get it to enter its wounded phase. For me, it is the most complicated phase for that very reason, because in the end you have to be playing with space and also with the hard blow and evasions. Okay, in this case it's like he's training you for the last phase. I already say that the last phase is complicated, but once you get the trick, it will be the easiest thing in the world. You are already seeing that since we have not managed to kill her 100% again, we have to throw strong blows again and make illusions again, and as I always say, be in the eye of the storm. As you're seeing right now, you see we've just succeeded and we've already killed her. And now the last phase is coming. Phase number 5, the last of the life that you have had to train throughout the fight. The evasion of super attack 1, which is the most difficult thing, okay? In this case, the battlefield is all the way, and what you have to do is exactly right. You are seeing that in this case, it has not come out because it has not been evaded in the silk itself. And what we have to do is for the super attack to be thrown at us because it has a copy of power. You have to dodge the first blow of the super attack. There we have the second best, said YY. Move forward, okay? In this case, it hasn't worked out for us. Let's see if it works out for us now. We're just leaving. The first one hasn't worked out for us either. I'm telling you that it's a little difficult for you to get the rhythm. Okay, once you get the rhythm, it becomes super sensio. Look there, 1, 2. And we go forward and we become untouchable, and with that we are already lowering his loads again. He shoots a super attack 1, we destroy again, and we go forward directly before he throws the third blow of super attack 2, and in this way we are removing all the loads. Okay, there. Once again, he throws us away again. We move forward, and with the untouchable well, we manage, so to speak, to hit Lotan, okay? And in this case, well, remove the burdens that he already has left, literally. 3, you have to repeat this a couple of times to lower all those green burdens, and in this way, you are already seeing it that it has not passed us by silk again. In this case, it comes quite well because you are alone, but you have to be very careful, because otherwise, you will not develop the fight against James Foster well. Okay, you're seeing it? Just 1, 2 to the second and the third, we go forward to lower those loads. He already has literally 1 load left, and be very careful too, because with strong blows he becomes unstoppable, so be very careful. Ready and forward, and we will no longer return to the injured phase. You are already seeing how we are doing that tremendous damage to her, and I already tell you that the only thing you have to be clear about is how to literally get away from those two super attacks, how to dodge them, and you will be able to kill her directly. In this case, of course, we have not killed her again, since we must complete the same super attack challenge of 1 again. We leave in blow 2, and blow 3 we go forward as we leave. In order to be able to remove those burdens right now, as you have just seen, okay, and with this way we will win those burdens. We will rather remove them. The burdens are written down, and we can enter his injured phase, and in this way we can win it already. You are seeing, since there are 3 charges left, Super Tac 2 throws us again, we avoid it, and Super Tac 3, the good thing, blow 3 we move forward and we already enter the wounded phase, which is literally the last one we have left, and you are already seeing it. I make it easier to kill this Lotan. He now has it left again, okay? I thought that I was the one who killed her directly, but no, you have already seen it. Well, we have to do the same thing again. We avoid that blow 2 if with blow 3 we go forward and burst this Lotan. I already tell you that it is very simple. The only thing you have to know is to dodge well. You have already seen how I have caught it after 3 super attacks, as if we have literally eaten it with silk. Because since we have managed to free it and be able to do the challenge that in the end is, as you are seeing on the screen, that they throw us a blow, the second blow, avoid it as you are going right now. And in the third blow, go forward, so that we are untouchable before, and in this way we finish with THOR, Jane Foster Lotan, the head of the 9. Also friends, well, with this note is explained and can be made quite easy. I hope you liked the Sugi video, and if you're not, see you in other videos. Bye bye.